and howdy. Welcome to the 7th episode of English Out and About. In this video series, we will explore different regions and cultural values in the United States. And along the way, you will be learning English. My name is Jane and I will be your guide. Mystery reporter Maggie and field reporter Francesca will show us different parts of the U.S., while English teacher Tina explains some of the trickier aspects of English. Now, whether you are an English language teacher using these videos in a class, or you're a student of English practicing on your own, once you finish watching today, I want you to look at the links in the video description. There are additional materials that go along with this video to help you learn even more. In each episode, I will share a common idiomatic expression, and then you can listen for the phrase and how it is used during the rest of the broadcast. Have you ever heard the expression, break the ice? It does not mean that it is really cold. To break the ice means to make people who haven't met before feel more comfortable. Sometimes people will play a game to break the ice or to get to know each other. With that idiom in mind, now let's go to Teacher Tina with this week's language focus, which is using modal verbs.
Hi everyone, welcome to today's show about modals. Modals are verbs used to express feelings, attitudes, and opinions. Modals are always followed by another verb. Today we'll focus on two modals, could and should. Could is used for requests, asking permission, suggestions, and to identify a possibility. Could you please open the window? This is a polite request. Should is used for strong suggestions and advice. It is very close to you need to, which expresses an obligation. You should go to the dentist. This is advice. Hey, I just remembered I have a letter from someone. Let's see what it says. Dear Teacher Tina, soon I'll be getting on an airplane to come to the United States. I will be visiting the state of Minnesota during the winter. What do I need to bring? Do you have any advice for me? Sincerely, Mary. Let's write a response using the modals should and could. Dear Mary, you should bring a winter coat. You should also bring some warm boots. You could bring your swimsuit, but you'll need to swim indoors. You shouldn't bring too many electronics because you might lose them along the way. You should download a good translator app before you arrive. You could get most anything you have forgotten once you're here. Modals can help us express ideas about things that are possible. They can also help us give permission or advice. That's all the time we have for now. See you later.
Thanks, Teacher Tina. Let's head over to field reporter Francesca, who is reporting today from Minneapolis, Minnesota. As you listen to her report, try to find the answers to these two questions. What are two countries of origin for refugees in Minnesota? What are the Twin Cities? Over to you, Francesca.
Thank you, Jane. I am really excited to report to you from the Mall of America in Minneapolis, Minnesota. If the people in Minnesota ask you if you want to break the ice, they are literally talking about ice. It is really, really cold here. Minnesota might make you think of images of giant snowbanks, Paul Bunyan, or Babe the Blue Ox. Or they might make you think of Lake Superior, the world's largest freshwater lake. Or the Mississippi River, the world's 4th longest river. Did you know Minnesota also has the largest per capita population of refugees in the United States? A refugee is a person who was forced to flee their country because of persecution, war, or violence. The two largest groups of refugees in Minnesota are the Somali and Hmong communities. If you walk down the street in Minnesota's two largest cities, St. Paul and Minneapolis, you might hear Salam Alaikum in Arabic, a common greeting among Somali Americans. Minnesota has the largest number of Somali people in the United States.
In fact, Ilhan Omar, the first Somali American United States Congresswoman, is from Minnesota.
Did you know that St. Paul, Minnesota is the city with the most Hmong people in the United States? The Hmong are an ethnic group who live in China, Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, and Burma. A famous Hmong American from Minnesota is Suni Lee. Suni Lee won a gold medal in gymnastics at the 2020 Olympics. Suni Lee is the first Hmong American Olympian. Minnesota is also home to a large community of immigrants from Mexico, Ethiopia, and Sierra Leone. The success of the immigrant and refugee communities in Minnesota is a testament to the perseverance of the human spirit to overcome war, persecution, or violence and build a new foundation in a new place. From the deserts of Somalia and mountains of Thailand to the land of 10,000 frozen lakes in Minnesota. As the saying goes, the only thing stronger than fear is hope. The strength of the immigrant and refugee communities in Minnesota and around the world make me feel very hopeful for the future. This is Field Reporter Francesca signing off for now. So long, farewell, and happy trails. Back to you, Jane.
Thanks, Field Reporter Francesca. Did you hear the answers to the 2 comprehension questions? What are 2 countries of origin for refugees in Minnesota? Refugees in Minnesota have come from all over the world, including Somalia, China, Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Burma, Mexico, Ethiopia, and Sierra Leone. What are the Twin Cities? Minneapolis and St. Paul are the Twin Cities. These 2 cities are right next to each other, basically intertwined, but separated by the Mississippi River. All right, let's go back to Teacher Tina for some more practice.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Wow, that was amazing. Hey, here's a fun fact. I'm from Minnesota and now I'm feeling homesick. I wish I could go home right now. I would if I could, but I can't. Modals, perfect. Remember, modals are verbs that express attitudes, feelings, and opinions. Let's practice using the modals should and could. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 1, which one is correct? In Minnesota during the winter, you could bring a warm jacket. You should bring a warm jacket. Correct. In Minnesota, in the winter, you should bring a warm jacket. It's really, really cold. Ready for another one? Number 2. Which one is correct? On the weekend, you could watch a movie. You should watch a movie. Did you guess could? Correct. On a weekend, you could watch a movie, but you don't have to. You could choose to do something else instead. Are you ready for another one? Number 3. Which one is correct? In a car, you could wear your seatbelt. You should wear your seatbelt. Correct. In a car, you should wear your seatbelt. It's really, really dangerous. Have time for one more? Let's go. Number 4. Which one is correct? Each morning, you could drink tea or coffee. Each morning, you should drink tea or coffee. Did you guess could? Correct. Each morning you could drink tea or coffee, but you definitely don't have to. It's a choice. If you like it, go for it. If you don't like it, do something else instead. What about you? Do you like drinking tea or coffee in the morning? I definitely like drinking coffee in the morning. Thank you so much for all of your hard work today. See you next time.
Thanks, Teacher Tina. And now over to Maggie for today's riddle.
Thanks, Jane. You all remember me. I am Mystery Reporter Maggie, passionate about mysteries, riddles, games, accessories, and lots of other things too. But I had a feeling this week that Teacher Tina might be a little homesick talking about Minnesota, missing her hometown, her childhood house, and her old friends. So I found a few riddles to match the theme. Are you ready? Here is the first one. There once was a one-story house in which everything was yellow. It had yellow walls, yellow windows, yellow ceilings, yellow floors. It even had yellow furniture. So, what color were the stairs? I'll give you a little thinking time. You were probably thinking yellow, right? The trick is, it was a one-story house, so there were no stairs. Are you ready for the next one? This one's a little bit trickier. I begin with the letter E, and I end with the letter E. And I only contain one letter, but I am not the letter E. What am I? A little more thinking time. I am an envelope. E-N-V-E-L-O-P-E. And I contain one letter. A letter like you would write to a friend. Well, all this talk about hometowns and letters and friends makes me want to write a letter to my best friend, which is what I'm going to do right now. So back to you, Jane.
Thanks, Maggie. Viewers, don't forget to join us next week for our show about the state of Washington and reported speech. And now, for our final minute, we would like to share images from 5 states. This week, we are featuring New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, and Ohio. And like I told you at the start of the episode, check the links in the video description. Teachers, there are additional resources that you can use with your class. And students, there are supplemental practice materials. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week.